Coming up next on the Luke Branquino Show, I have Vice President of Caesars Entertainment, Tony Marini, and it all starts right now.
I told Dustin the other day I need cowboy hats for all of our statues at Caesars Palace.
There you go.
And he said, hey, just send me the size. They'll be on them.
What is the size of a statue?
I have no, trust me.
You haven't measured them yet?
I haven't measured. I'm going to have it done.
Welcome to the Luke Branquino Show. My next guest is a guy that has been working his tail off to make the national finals even bigger and better. Tony Marini, Vice President at Caesars Entertainment. Thank you for joining me on the show.
Luke, good morning. How are you?
Doing good. And I'm proud that, we're going to work together. I'm going to partner with Caesars Entertainment and Luke Branquino Show, and we're going to try to grow this thing that you guys have been involved in for so long, but it's kind of like you're getting kicked back in rodeo gear.
It's so awesome for this opportunity. Anthony Carano, our president and COO back in March, kind of tapped on two shoulders, mine and my counterpart in Vegas, Kelly Van Aken, about how are we going to get back involved in rodeo? How are we going to blow it up? How are we going to do it right? How are we going to show the cowboy world that we want everybody staying with us? And since that day to today, we've just, going to rodeo, shaking hands, being a part of this world, trying to show everybody that we're back in a little bit deeper than we were before. And we're gonna do some fun stuff and get everybody back down on the strip. Spurs on the Strip is one of our call signs down in Vegas, and we're excited about it and reintroduce everybody back downtown.
Well, and so some of the older fans of the show, they know that Caesars was one of the original properties when the national finals moved to Las Vegas in 1985. I can remember as a kid. Now it was a little bit later, 90s, but I can remember driving by the Strip and seeing, oh, there's Caesars. You always hear about it, and so it's always, you guys have always been involved, but through the years you see new properties come in and kind of work their way through, but you guys are jumping right back in the middle of it. We talked earlier, you're going back down to $5 beers, which is, that's just something you don't see in Las Vegas.
That is correct. Some of our properties will, and at some of our activation points. So we've partnered with DJ Silver, who opens for Jason Aldean. He's doing some activation and some DJs for us across our 8 properties that we have in Las Vegas. Some of these activations, you will be able to get a $5 Coors Light at those activations, which is as you well know, kind of unheard of. But we are gonna cater. We are gonna have some fun. We are going to activate and bring everybody back downtown and show them we always say Caesars Palace, but we have 8 properties down there.
Yeah.
So it's going to be something different. Paris might be a little bit different than the Horseshoe, might be a little bit different than Flamingo or Jerez or the Cromwell. So we're going to have stuff going on at different places. Silver will be going live every night at the Vista at Caesars Palace, which is right in the middle of the casino, right across from the Coliseum, which will be absolutely phenomenal. The beers might be a little bit more expensive in there, but just FYI. But some of the other places, they won't be. So, we want to celebrate the cowboy. We want to celebrate NFR and show everybody that we're here. We're going to continue to grow this. We're going to continue to take care of the cowboy and the cowgirl. And we're looking forward not just to 25, but years to come.
Well, and you said those properties, 8 properties, and this is what I want you folks out there that are watching and listening. You can go to the website, Caesars.com, and go to those 8 properties or to that actual website and use NFR 25 and get 10% off your room stay in Las Vegas. So if you're up in the air about whether I want to go, travel's tough, where you want to stay, go to Caesars.com. NFR 25, you'll have 10% off your rooms. And that's something you guys are trying to do to help bring people in, obviously, with your entertainment, the activations, and giving them room nights that are reasonable.
That's the thing, 21,000 rooms in Las Vegas. So we want to make sure there's a cowboy hat and 80% of them, for these 10 days in Las Vegas. And that's just, if you have a card with us, you're going to get a better deal. Caesars Rewards is across the United States at all 50 of our properties. So if you have a casino card with us, that's a better way to get a room. We're just offering the 10% on top, I shouldn't say on top, to get you to walk in the door to get that card. So next year you get 15% or your rooms are free if you gamble with us. There's all kinds of and it just doesn't have to be in Las Vegas. If you gamble at any of our properties across the United States, you get a deal in Las Vegas.
Well, and as long as I've been to Vegas, and I'm going to say I'm 45, not to age myself, but I've been to Las Vegas 40 of those years, whether as a contestant or as a fan or doing work through TV. And I've been to every one of those properties, and I'll have to say the Paris is probably one of my favorites. And it's my wife, because they have the restaurant in there she absolutely loves. And, we talked about that. But there's so many different amenities that each of those properties have. The food court, between them all, you can go. There's something for everybody to do, whether you want a nice dinner or take the family out for a quick dinner, gambling, games. There's something for everybody in the family.
That's correct. We go all the way up as Nobu, Peter Luger Steakhouse, Amalfi at Caesar's Palace, to, like you said, the food courts and the coffee shops and everything else across the street. You have something for everybody to enjoy at price points that everybody can enjoy. And using that card and showing that's what's going to get you the discounts. That's what's going to get you the the lower price on stuff. And the more you gamble, the more you get. And that's just the casino world, and that's the way we've always done. But we are 100% committed to this event, the Cowboy Way of Life. We're gonna expand on it. We're gonna be at different rodeos. We're gonna start, dipping our foot in the pool in different arenas in this world. And it's awesome because everybody welcomes with open arms. And that's the cool thing about this world. And we love it. And it, more to come. That's what I can tell you today.
Well, something that it's always dear to my heart are the fans of rodeo, because without them, the cowboys, the cowgirls, they don't have anything. They don't have any, the committees don't have anything. You need those fans. And that's what I love. You guys, you're not just catering to the athletes, you're also catering to the fans, and a lot of the question is, well, how do we watch the rodeo if we don't have a ticket? Well, live feed, casinos, you go there, you can enjoy a beer, watch rodeo. And that's something that, I think these fans feel that is important.
We're excited about some of our, watch parties this year. Yeah. We have a new one coming in. Some of your counterparts are going to be at the Horseshoe this year. So we're excited about having them on the casino floor, broadcasting every night during the rodeo. So, just expanding on, and I think a lot of it too is going to be us learning and walking and seeing everything. Yeah. And, looking forward to 26 on how we take this to the next level, and opportunity spots where we might put activations next year. We got a pool on top of the Cromwell, which is going to be renamed. We might have a party there next year. We got other showrooms across all these properties where we want to activate and have opportunity, because yes, there's a rodeo going on, but we also want everybody to come down and enjoy all the other amenities. I mean, last year we had Garth Brooks. This year here, we were supposed to have Dolly. She's going through some stuff right now. Yeah. We pivoted. We now have Tim McGraw, which is absolutely phenomenal. We're going to continue to bring, that type of buzz to the NFR into Las Vegas.
Well, those watch parties are very important, but also transportation to and from the rodeo for those fans that have the tickets. And not being that far from the Thomas and Mack is kind of a benefit if you're staying right there too.
Yeah, it's quick. When we were, I stayed at the Flamingo a couple years, and I think it took us like 8 minutes, from the Flamingo to the Thomas and Mack, getting in, getting dropped off. I mean, that's nothing. I mean, when you talk about getting in and out of there, it's amazing how quick. But we and getting in and out of these properties is pretty easy. I will say, because the main parking and the main ride share and taxi stands are on the backside. They're not on the strip. So getting to and from is actually pretty awesome.
Well, and I'll say that seems to be a complaint for the last few years. Fans saying, "Oh, we park here, we got a ride share there." Just navigating how you get places is tough. And again, you guys as property makes it that much easier for everybody to go to where they need to go, whether it's convention center, whether it's Thomas and Mack, other properties, they have that luxury of being close, tight, and they know where to go.
Or you can just stay downtown. I mean, with 8 of them, and we have our, Group W does do a show for us at the Horseshoe. So we have that show as well. That's a smaller, type trade show. Everything you need is downtown. Everything that you could want is under, our 8 roofs right there.
Well, having everything so close, so tight, and again, proud to be partnered with Caesars Entertainment here at the Luke Branquino Show. It almost takes me back to when I started going to Las Vegas, the National Finals Rodeo, walking through Caesars and seeing the resurgence of Caesars Entertainment getting back in the rodeo. I just think it's awesome. We're going to go to break, and we come back. We're going to have more with Tony Marini. Welcome back to the Luke Branquino Show, here with Vice President of Caesars Entertainment, Tony Marini. Tony, learning what you guys are trying to do to build back to where, Caesars was in the rodeo industry, the future of the NFR, Caesars Entertainment, and all 8 properties that you have. There's been a lot of discussion within the industry. Sioux Falls, I was talking with people, they're like, oh, Caesars Entertainment folks are here, and getting calls from different people left and right. So it's a buzz, and there's a lot of good things that I feel are going to happen. And, talking with potentially the BFI and Cinch, you guys have some things that, it's the future, but it's potentially in the works.
Absolutely. Jessica's been absolutely phenomenal to work with at Cinch, and Rory, they welcomed us in with open arms, and we're trying to do the same thing and reciprocate. And I think we have most of Cinch's rooms staying with us at the Horseshoe this year. And, they're going to take over that hotel, which is absolutely phenomenal. And yeah, Darren and I met here in Reno with the BFI, where it started with Feist and everything else. And then Darren and Corky purchased the BFI, and we became close, and we might play a little bit of golf, off season together, which is always fun. But yeah, we're definitely working with everybody right now to create another event on top of, what currently goes on, and looking at all of our options and trying to figure out what's right for us and how we, expand our reach during, the 12 days of rodeo in Las Vegas, and not only Las Vegas, but Reno as well. Me being home based in Reno, we have opportunity here. We have 4,000 rooms that I sit in right here with a wonderful rodeo, Reno Rodeo, every year in June. But how do we do more? How do we create more buzz? How do we get more? How do we get this to stop for different events throughout the year? So, there's definitely some opportunity. There's definitely some conversations going on, a lot of meetings during the 12 days in Las Vegas about what we can do more here, not just Reno, but start in Reno and then, move into Las Vegas in 26.
Well, and I think expanding, in my opinion, rodeo it's almost been stuck. And you need to really think outside the box and expand kind of what you guys are wanting to do. More events in Vegas during the national finals. Let's be honest, there's a lot to going on, and there's plenty of room to grow, because there's always somebody saying, man, I didn't get to go to this, I didn't get to go to that because it was packed or sold out or filled up. So adding more events not only is going to give opportunity for athletes, amateur athletes, you call them, guys that aren't competing at the national finals, but team ropers, tie down ropers, whatever, give them more opportunity to come to Vegas, enjoy what the NFR is about, and get to compete for some money.
Well, that's the cool thing is, when you say something for everybody, we want to create something for everybody. I'll go back to the 8 properties, a different experience at every property.
Yeah.
It has something for everybody. So we're looking at every possible opportunity to get more involved and to expand. Anthony Carano, who grew up in Reno, and his dad was the GM of the Silver Legacy. And that's where all the Cowboys stayed in Reno.
Yeah,
and, he
Perry
looked at us. Yeah. Perry DiLoretto. We love Perry. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And Perry, I sit on his committee that's looking at a really big project here in Reno right now. So yeah, the DiLoretto roping, the BFI.
Yeah.
Anthony was like, we need to get in, we need to go hard, we need to start shaking hands. And that's where this all started from, was basically Anthony saying, we need to get in and, get the cowboy hats back on our properties. And that's what we're doing. And you know what, we're going to welcome everybody with open arms, and not just during NFR, but all year long.
Well, and when you have the president behind you saying, this is what we want, this is the direction we're heading, it makes your job, I guess it doesn't make your job easier. It kind of makes it tougher, because there's so much out there that you need to go do now to get them there.
Well, the cool thing is, and you and I touched on this before, he's coming to the meetings with us. It's not like he's giving direction and saying, hey, bring me back. He's showing up. He's being a part of what we're doing. He's been a part of it since day one. He wants to know who we're talking to. He wants to know, what we're doing. And that's the cool part, is Anthony's involved. He's engaged, and he wants to be in this world, and he's going to make a commitment to it. And that's the phenomenal piece.
Yeah. And you said expanding, Reno, Vegas for the national finals, but there was something else we talked about, the Hondo Rodeo that is heading to New Orleans.
There might be that they're going there. They'd had conversations with our general manager in New Orleans, Samir. He called me. He's excited about it. More to come. We all might be in New Orleans someday together. But yeah, I'm excited about the opportunity to have Hondo there. They do a phenomenal job. It's absolutely an awesome rodeo. And, just the stuff that I've seen and read about, haven't attended one. looking forward to that great partnership in New Orleans and what they can do, and talking to Samir and how we blow it up at Caesars New Orleans. That's pretty good, and that's a flagship property. I just got done with a $400 million remodel, so that property is absolutely beautiful.
Wow. And expanding rodeo, and not just to different cities, but to different people, maybe people that don't know anything about it, people that come in and stay in your room or stay in your properties, gamble on your tables, when they might not even know what rodeo is about. With now you're promoting it, you're helping grow the sport. And that's obviously dear to my heart because it's what I did, what I made a living with, what my kids are probably going to end up doing. So anyway, we could grow the sport and I could help it, and anybody as big as Caesars Entertainment could do to help it, I think that's huge. New eyeballs means new fans and means more opportunity.
Well, NFL does a great job, right? They're in Spain. They're in, they're in London. They're over here, rodeo doing that too. And it just expands the fan base and makes it bigger. And, that's what we want. We want everybody to understand it, enjoy it, be a part of it, because it's a phenomenal, phenomenal sport. And it might be under promoted a little bit, and it might be an opportunity for us to get these athletes, at the level that we think they should be at.
Yeah, for sure. And thinking outside of the box, and I said that once before, and rodeo's kind of been stuck, in my opinion. It's getting better, but we have to think outside the box. We have to expand, and we have to get new eyeballs. Our fan base, we can't just keep relying on the old fan base. We need to bring in the new kids that maybe don't know how to shape a cowboy hat, but we could learn them. We could learn them how to do it. Wear cowboy boots, wear a buckle, things like that. And what you guys are doing and what you're wanting to do, I think, is very important to the sport. Obviously, very important to your business. And as a fan, as a contestant, as somebody who is very, very invested into it, I can't thank you guys enough. And look forward to what's to come.
Well, yeah, we're excited about it. Hondo, they just had a real successful event in Arizona, which was awesome. And I'm looking forward to it. Darren and I spoke briefly about it. He's excited about it. I think he's helping a little bit from afar, but yeah, there's more to come on that. There's opportunity there, I think.
Awesome. Well, we're going to go to break. When we come back, we're going to have more with Tony Marini. Welcome back to the Luke Branquino Show. Tony Marini, Vice President, Caesars Entertainment. Tony, it's been a great conversation up to this point of Caesars' involvement, getting back into it, partnering with the Luke Branquino Show, which I'm very appreciative of, and just spreading the word, letting everybody know, hey, if you haven't booked a room, or if you have, cancel it. Come get another one. We got discount codes for you at the 8 properties, Caesars Entertainment, $5 beers. But let's kind of hit all on that again so these fans know where to go and have a good time during the NFR.
Well, the best part is every hotel is going to have a different experience, and we're going to have activations across, all of our properties, whether we're at Indigo over at Horseshoe, where, that you can get a $5 beer, or you're at Caspian's or Vista at Caesar's Palace. A little bit different experience, but still going to be going hard, and price point will be a little bit higher over there. So something for everybody, not only there, but Paris and Planet Hollywood and Flamingo and Harrah's, all going to have something for a cowboy hat. We're excited about it. You're going to be roaming around. That's going to be the coolest thing. I might give you some T-shirts and hats to give out with our new Caesars Rodeo logo on it. So, find Luke, hunt him down, get a hat, get a T-shirt. We're going to have some stuff. But just excited about the, I'm actually there for 15 days. There's some events leading up to the opening night. So I get to experience all 15 days in a row for the first time this year. I've always went and, spurts and not stayed for the whole thing. So I'm excited about, one, being able to be there, two, what we can learn. That's another thing that, if you see us and you have an idea, please stop us and give us an idea, because we're learning as well too on how we can make these 10 days in Las Vegas better, and across our properties on stuff we can do. So we're excited about this opportunity and excited to welcome all those cowboy hats in during. I don't have my cowboy hat in today, but I got to play casino today too, and I didn't grab my hat on the way out.
Well, again, everybody watching, listening, go to Caesars.com, enter NFR25 as your discount code, 10% off. And Tony, you said it, something for everybody, whether you're old rodeo fans, new rodeo fans, you have family, there's something for everybody there. You get the discount. And again, use $5 beers at certain activations. You don't see that in Las Vegas hardly anywhere. So big kudos to you guys for making that happen. The watch parties, I suggest everybody go check them out. And like Tony said, I will be milling around. Have a Sharpie. If I don't have a pin, Tony, think I just sign their forehead?
I'm okay with that. Or make sure. Hey, listen, we only sign 40X resist all hats. Okay, we do that. So bring your hat. We'll sign. Okay.
Yeah. And I'll have a silver Sharpie for the black hats and a black Sharpie for the.
Yeah, you'll love that. Yeah.
I bet I'll get some real good looks if I do that for them.
Oh, that's yeah. Well, we might be in trouble with Noblet on that if we start signing cowboy hats.
No, it might be good. They'll just go get another one. They'll put that.
Oh, they'll love that. Yeah.
Yeah, Resistol's been a family or a partner of mine for many years. So that's just selling more hats.
I told Dustin the other day I need cowboy hats for all of our statues at Caesar's Palace.
There you go.
And he said, "Hey, just send me the size. They'll be on them."
What is the size of a statue?
I've trusted.
You haven't measured them yet?
I haven't measured. I'm going to have it done. So, if we can get a big cowboy hat on all of our statues, I think that'd be pretty cool.
That'd be awesome. Well, we're going to go to break. When we come back, we're going to wrap up with Tony Marini. Welcome back to Luke Branquino Show. We are going to wrap up here with Tony Marini, Vice President at Caesars Entertainment. Tony, will be probably the first year you're there the whole time, 15 days. And, some stuff you've seen before. Have you been to the back number ceremony before?
No, this will be my first year. So I get to go Monday night, get to go to the gala, then the back number. My good buddy, Bo Gardner, is going to take good care of us this year. We're going to pal around with Bo, and he's going to show us everything. And it's just stuff that I've never had an opportunity to go to. Just didn't come down early enough or just came down for the weekend. So excited about all the stuff leading up to get to play in the Cody Johnson Wrangler golf tournament on that first Thursday there.
You taking your sticks with you?
Absolutely. You're in Las Vegas. If 60 degrees is golf weather.
That's right. I've never gone to it, but they say it's great.
Here we're in shorts and 60 degrees. That's a hell of a day. In Vegas, everybody's got parkas on.
Well, again, I can't thank you guys enough, not only for wanting to partner with the show, but what you're doing, and I'll say this to anybody and everybody, if they're wanting to enhance our sport, make it better, grow it, and the way you guys are doing it is you can't do it any better than what Caesars Entertainment and what you guys are all doing. And from a guy that's lived it, now he's on the outside living it, my kids are coming in. I just think it's awesome what Caesars is doing, and proud to be a partner with you. You folks out there, go to Caesars.com, NFR25 is the code, and Tony and the crew, they're going to take care of you.
Thanks, Luke. We look forward to seeing everybody. Like I said, stop us, say hello. We're family owned and operated. And you know what?
That's the thing.
We take that, the family, the casino I'm sitting in right now was their first casino that they started in 1973, and they've purchased now Caesars Entertainment, and we're 50 properties across the United States. So it goes a long way. We look forward to shaking your hand and welcoming you to our properties in Las Vegas.
Yeah, and come find me. I'll shake your hand and sign your shirt or your hat or whatever. I'm excited to be there. The NFR is going to be amazing. Tony, thanks for joining us on the show. Looking forward to seeing you all in Las Vegas at the National Finals Rodeo, and we'll catch you on the next one.